Devon, 500 miles of magnificent coast, bounded by striking cliffs and beautiful beaches. Time and time again, it's named one of the best places to live in the UK. And this time of year brings us blue skies, well, sometimes blossom, and a fleeting visit from bluebells. And where better to enjoy them than in the delightful Devonshire countryside. Located in the southwest of England, Devon has a population of around 800,000 people, but millions more arrive as tourists every year. Many would agree that the water is the biggest attraction.
My favourite thing in Devon, I have to say, would be the beaches. Saunton, Croyd, Putsborough, Woolacombe, all beautiful.
There are 2 national parks here. Exmoor in the north is shared with neighbouring Somerset, and Dartmoor in the south with its moody moorland and wild ponies, which roam the largest open space in southern England. The area also has flourishing hubs. Perfectly positioned in the centre of Devon, the market town of Oakhampton sits within Dartmoor's northern foothills. Its residents can enjoy the endless possibilities of the great outdoors and benefit from a busy retail centre with some outstanding schools. There's an annual food and music festival celebrating local produce and talent, and its central location puts the town within easy reach of the larger communities in Exeter, Plymouth and Barnstaple.
It's really friendly, there's a real sense of community here. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever leave Devon.
Now, digital detoxes and luxury glamping sites are in high demand, especially here in Devon, for holidaymakers and prospective hosts. And hosting is exactly what today's couple are planning.
Follow me to the Abbott's Arms. So this we built using all reclaimed materials that we had left over spare from the house.
Mike, an estates manager, and his wife Lizzie, a relationship director, aren't shy when it comes to getting their hands dirty. Mike built this garden pub from scratch himself.
And then, yeah, the bar and a huge stock of alcohol, which is where I spend most of my time in here.
After meeting in Spain 12 years ago, they've done up and sold 2 homes. A tidy profit has allowed them the freedom to leave Hertfordshire and follow their dream of running an upmarket glamping site in the Devon countryside.
We bought a camper van last year and we visited the southwest extensively. It's just stunning.
Good boy. Loki, turn. Good boy. Loki, down. Good boy. Are you excited to move to the countryside, Loki?
A skilled joiner, Mike has done the majority of the renovations inside their home too.
This is our nice cosy room, and I'll show you the extension. And so we did downstairs toilet, cloakroom, utility room in here, and then we extended right out the back. We really love this space, we love the house, but we just, we like really old character from old period places, so that's what we're hoping to find for our next home.
As well as character, they want to be in a rural setting with at least 10 acres of land. Ideally, the location should be within a 45-minute drive of a train station for Lizzie's commute to London, with a pub in walking distance. With their house under offer, they have a healthy budget of £950,000 for their exciting move to rural Devon. Lizzie and Mike, they're used to searching for properties, of course. They're used to doing up properties, which is exciting as well, because it means that we can show them a wider range of possibilities. I rebuilt the house I'm currently living in, and it's hard work, but it's so worth it. And that's the kind of attitude that they have, actually. They're raring to go again. We've got blue skies at the moment. Always checking the weather, us Brits. Hope it stays that way. We've arranged to meet for a catch-up before we head off, and I'm pleased to say the sun is still shining down on us. Lizzie and Mike, I'd say it's a glorious day for house hunting, wouldn't you?
It's beautiful,
lovely.
beautiful day.
What I want to know is,
Do you have a very clear vision of what this move will look like and what life here will look like?
I think we've got a pretty good idea on how it's going to go, but yeah, we're excited.
We've talked about it a lot, so I think we know.
What does the property and life look like then?
So we're going for a large bit of land. The actual house itself doesn't have to be that big. We're planning to do some shepherd huts and a bit of glamping potentially on the land. This is going to be my only source of income, so I'm actually quitting my job to do this. So yeah, it's exciting times.
No pressure then, but we just need to find you a whole new life.
That's it.
The reason why I'm asking is because you know how hot the property market is, and so many people, just like you two, have decided to change their lives at a time when they weren't expecting to.
We are willing to compromise in certain areas, and I think the fact that we're willing to do work on the house is a big one for us. So we're hoping that means that there'll be a bit more out there for us to choose from.
Any nerves about this now, this move, the business being your main source of income?
Definitely. It's scary, but sometimes you've got to take these chances, grab it whilst you can, so...
Put a lot of thought into it, so although we are nervous, I think it's a natural amount of nerves. I think it's more excitement at the moment for the change.
Let's go and see what's out there.
Let's do it.
First off, we're making our way to the village of Howell, northwest of Dartmoor and a 50-minute drive from Exeter Station. Surrounded by wide open spaces, it's well served by a village store, a post office and a takeaway. And the local, a Victorian pub dishing up home-cooked food, is just a stone's throw from our first proposal.
So welcome to house, property, land number 1.
Okay. Nice.
Shall I start with the pub? Just a mile up the road.
That's a good shout.
Hoping that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I'm liking that.
First impressions so far?
I like the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice and big. Good
It's
condition.
nice.
Yeah.
Excited to see
Good
inside.
start.
I love the forest around it.
Yeah.
And you can see lots of the outbuildings, so lots of potential to do what you need to do.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
So I know there's lots of distractions around us, but should we go and have a look at the house first?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
This country home has been recently renovated but still retains character features, and the addition of a 2-storey extension has almost doubled the footprint of the property. But we're getting straight down to business in the original part of the house.
Now, it's a big boot room because this actually used to be the kitchen of the property. There's a wet room for the dogs there.
That's handy.
It's a big size.
A cosy snug leads to the kitchen cum living room, a cheery space with lots of natural light.
You can probably see why I wanted to bring you here first.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah, it's a really good sized room. Nice and bright. Done to a high standard as well. It's good.
But this is actually the extension, so that's the old house.
Okay.
And then this is the new bit, and this is where you'd spend most of your time, really, wouldn't you?
It's a good size.
I like the fact that it's got the lounge area and the kitchen all in one, so it's really sociable, isn't it?
yeah.
Like we've got now.
And then the boot room, I mean, you could leave it as a boot room, but you've got scope there to turn it into a real hallway. That's the kind of Christmas tree area, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you'd want one here as well.
It's a true Christmas tree house.
Wow, we're winning already.
No, I like it so far.
Oh, great.
Yeah, good.
Should we head on upstairs then?
Absolutely.
If you lead the way.
On the first floor is a large family bathroom, and each room up here has low-set windows which guarantee glorious views to wake up to.
So this is the biggest of 4 bedrooms. Just behind you is an ensuite.
Okay.
And then the views from the window at the moment. You can see the gorgeous horses.
Beautiful, yeah. It's really nice to have a window there. So this is the extension as well, then, is it?
Yeah, this is above the
Yeah.
kitchen space. So you're happy with the house?
Yeah, it's a plus.
like it?
Yeah.
Which means I think it's time to step outside, because really the land is what's most important, isn't it?
That's the important bit. Yeah.
You lead the way.
The grounds are a feast for the eyes, with numerous large barns plus stables and a trout pond. They sit amongst a vast array of paddocks, encircled by trees belonging to the Forestry Commission.
What are you thinking about the land?
It's looking good. I'm interested to know how many acres there are.
How many acres did you want?
As many as you can give us.
Really?
Yeah.
How about 33?
That sounds
Wow.
Everything that you can see here is about 15 acres and it belongs to this house.
okay.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
On the other side of the road, all of the land you can see over there also comes with the property. There's another 15 acres.
Oh, wow.
With a pond at the very end, with trout in it.
Nice and flat as well, which is handy for building the huts on.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Why don't you go and have a little look at the land now, and then I'll meet you in the garden so we can talk about the price.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and have a little chat with the horses.
The many acres provide a choice of areas to develop for glamping guests.
Some decent places to put the huts, definitely.
Yeah, where do you think you'd put them here?
Yeah, I think definitely you could have some here.
Nice having the forest behind
I
them.
think you go for each corner of the fields. I think that'd be good.
There's so much to take in here, and on top of the extensive grounds and outbuildings, there's also a private garden in which to relax after a demanding day working and hosting.
How was the property expedition, land expedition?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. There's a lot of land. A lot of land. There's a lot to take in, but there's a lot of potential.
It's time for us to talk about how much this house is on the market for.
Yes.
It's really difficult. I'd say around about the £800,000 mark.
See, I think you've gone low there. I'm going to go 900.
It's bang in the middle. It's on the market for £850,000.
There you go. But no, I think that's a fair price. Yeah.
This country house is £100,000 under budget, but gives Liz and Mike the accommodation they've asked for, as well as all the land they need, and more, to grow a successful glamping business, subject to the right permissions.
The house, when we first saw it, it was in good nick, so I think that's something we probably weren't expecting. Would give me more time to focus on the land and the shepherd huts and the business. That's a really big plus.
I instantly noticed like how close it was to a road. That was like a factor that definitely influenced like my first view of it. But I like the fact that it has obviously got a very old section to it, so it's got the old and the new. The first impressions were good.
The way the land's laid out, each shepherd hut would have its own paddock.
And the actual fields, you can't see any other neighbours or houses or any built-up areas. So wherever they looked, they would see countryside. That's really important to us.
But it's a good start.
Did you see everything you needed to?
Yep, definitely.
And hopefully viewing a nice property like this with so much land has given you both something to think about.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been really interesting.
There's a lot of potential here. There's a lot to think about.
It's good to see what we can get with our money.
Yeah.
Has our first day of house hunting together felt as you thought it would?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting and it feels like it's getting real and we're actually moving here, which is, yeah, really exciting.
No, exactly, yeah. This is where we want to be.
And this is just the beginning. We've got more to come.
Excellent.
With the potential of those 33 acres still fresh in our minds, I thought I'd give Lizzie and Mike a little peek into the future and show them how their Devonshire business could look. We've headed to mid-Devon to Jane Tapp's 300-acre family farm. 35 of those acres are given over to an eco-friendly glamping site featuring 2 shepherd's huts which boast the most amazing rural views.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, and I've brought along Lizzie and Mike, who are
Hi.
interested in
Hi, Jane.
setting up something similar to what you have here.
Exciting.
How long have you had these shepherd's huts here?
The hut's been open for 4 years now.
Are you pleased with how it's all going?
I love it. I really love it. I like people. Farming's quite solitary, and this is our diversification.
It's confession time for me. I've never stayed in a shepherd's hut.
Shocking.
Shocking, I know. Do you mind if I have a nosy around while you guys talk business?
No,
I don't
not
need
at
to
all.
talk business. I'm going to be a guest in the future.
Help yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've got an amazing spot here.
So
It's
beautiful.
absolutely stunning.
This is nice, isn't it? Oh, and the view from the window. Wow.
I'd love to know sort of how you found the planning permission process.
If you're plumbing them in or attaching them in some way, then they become a permanent fixture, and they do need planning permission.
And are you completely off-grid then?
We are, yes. There was no water in the field, no power, no anything. The electrics for inside, we've got solar panels on the roofs for that.
Yeah.
The initial outlay for a basic shepherd's hut is a real investment, starting at around £20,000 and rising to £70,000 plus for super high-spec models.
So you must get people coming back here again and again.
We do. We rely on repeat visitors and recommendations. The first guest actually after lockdown this time had been 4 times before, a young couple, and he waited until we could open again to bring her back here to propose.
Oh, wow.
So that was really lovely.
Oh, let's do the wedding here as well.
No, not a wedding venue.
So what do you charge a night here, and what's your turnover?
Per night in the winter months, it's £90 a night.
Okay.
And high season's 105.
Okay.
It's minimum 2 nights stay. Turnover, ooh, it's a bit of a guess, to be honest, and I'd say probably the huts alone, probably about 25,000.
Okay.
We're not full all of the time.
Yeah, you've done an amazing job. It's absolutely stunning.
Thank you. It's my baby. I wanted to do it for quite a long time, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
It's great to hear all this information.
Yeah, no, thank you for talking to us.
That's no problem.
Jane, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
We've got to find you something like this.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Jane. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Lovely to meet you all.
Jane's glamping site is about 4 miles north of Crediton, a market town full of independent shops, delis, cafes and restaurants. Earlier in the week, we arranged for Lizzie and Mike to explore this town, as we feel it's just the sort of place where they could get their culture fix while still enjoying a rural Devonshire life. It's well connected too, with direct train links to the city of Exeter, where onward journeys serve London, Bristol, Plymouth and Penzance. Amongst the varied lunch stops here is this World Food Cafe, owned by Israeli chef Eran Hovav. He's lived in England for 16 years and made the escape from London to Devon with his wife Laura 6 years ago.
So what made you and Laura decide to settle here in Crediton?
We wanted to give our son a better quality of life, and it was just a better time spent with family and work balance, really.
How did you find fitting it in down here when you first moved down?
It's marvellous, actually, I must admit. If you want a community, you need to be a part of a community rather than accept the community to accept you just like that. So you need, in every aspect of life, you need to contribute.
So what's the town got to offer a young couple like me and Liz?
The town is getting younger and younger and younger, which is really nice in terms of the demographic, in terms of the shops that we've got here. The art centre here is marvellous, or if you need it, you can go up to Exeter and have exposure there to bigger performances.
Is there any other advice you've got for us moving here?
Yes, maintain the London fire that you have within you, but accept the Devon water.
Love that.
Just do remember that it's a different pace of life, and once you come down here, just chill a bit.
In his career, Eran has cooked for big names, including Bill Clinton and Boris Johnson. And now Lizzie and Mike are getting the chance to sample his healthy fare.
So today I did some really the humble haricot beans, which are the same beans as you will have had in baked beans. I cooked them with a bit of turmeric, with loads of cabbages and some goji berries and some of our edible flowers that we grow. They're quite simple now because it's the time of year. Enjoy.
Really good.
That's delicious. Lovely flavours.
Flavour's amazing.
Thank you.
With this foodie haunt now firmly planted on their Devon map, we're leaving Lizzie and Mike to sleep on all they've seen so far. If you've got to move to the Devon countryside in mind, here's the lowdown on what it might cost you. The average price of a detached house in the region is just over £426,000. That's around £30,000 above the average for England.
The market in Devon is really, really strong. We are seeing a big migration from people from the southeast. Devon's beautiful. We've got loads of picturesque scenery. People come here for walking, for the beaches. It's a slower, steadier pace of life, and I think that's what people are looking for, you know, either for their retirement or for families.
So if you've set your sights on a Devon postcode and have a budget of £350,000 to spend, you could become the proud owner of this Grade 2 listed cob and thatch 3-bedroom cottage. Sitting in the market town of Chumley, it's full of character and comes with a pretty, sizable country garden. Or how about this Grade 2 listed mid-terraced house, just a short walk from Chumley Centre, on the market for £375,000. It's got a country kitchen, 2 reception rooms and 2 double bedrooms. There are also views across the local golf course. But if you just fancy a weekend getaway in a meadow with views, a night under the stars in this safari tent costs £420 for 2 people for 2 nights. The tent sleeps 6 and is well equipped for a luxury camping experience.
Yesterday, I think Lizzie and Mike got a real taste of what the market has to offer at the moment, and they got more than they bargained for with the amount of land. Later on, we'll be going to our mystery offering, which will give them a little bit more flexibility. But before that, I want to show our couple something that I'm hoping will provide the tranquility that they're after.
We're making our way down to the Beer Peninsula, headed for the village of Beer Alston, just half an hour north of Plymouth and its mainline station. Sitting in an area of outstanding natural beauty, trains on the scenic Tamar Valley line do serve the village, with about 9 trains to and from Beer Alston in each direction on weekdays. In the village, locals have a handful of shops to satisfy day-to-day needs, including a bakery, a butcher's and a chemist. There's also a good choice of places to dine out or grab a pint. Just a mile outside the village, surrounded by a mosaic of Devonshire countryside, we arrive at our next destination.
So this is the house that I want to show you.
Wow.
Impressive view.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
View is amazing.
Isn't it just? That horizon line over there is actually Cornwall. That's how far west we've come.
Right. Yeah,
Not looked this far.
We've not come this far west before. It's stunning. That view's just, yeah, that's insane. That's good. Yeah.
Really like the look of the house, though. It's beautiful.
beautiful.
It looks really big as well.
So it's a farmhouse. You do have neighbours right
Okay.
here, and that's a shared driveway.
Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And the doves, who would be your neighbours too.
Yeah, that's quite nice to have on your doorstep, isn't it?
Shall we head in?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thought to date back over 200 years, this old farmhouse has come up trumps on the character front outside, and I have high hopes that the inside won't disappoint either.
Oh, wow. It's a beautiful room.
Yeah, I love the beams. Oh, look at the fireplace as well.
Like, it's really lovely. It's so cosy, but also big, isn't it?
And it's just high enough for me.
I know, I noticed that. Does the inside fit your expectations when you saw the outside of the property?
It's better.
I think it's better.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need, from looking at it already, it doesn't need any work doing to it.
No, exactly.
You just move in.
The one thing is niggling me is how close the neighbours are.
I think I'm trying to be more open-minded because for me it depends on how the land's laid out and other things. So I'm going to try and keep open-minded about that until we've seen everything.
I'm still open-minded, definitely, but it's on the back of my mind at the moment.
All right, let's see if I can win you over.
Let's do it.
Head over to the kitchen.
The kitchen lies in an extension at the back of the house, creating a surprisingly large open space.
Oh, wow. I love it. View out the back as well. I think it's the best kitchen diner we've seen. I've been searching for a while. It's probably the nicest I've seen. It's so unusual to see such a big room in an old farmhouse. I can really see us actually living here in this room. You just move straight in, you wouldn't change anything.
Why don't I let you go and see upstairs yourselves?
Okay.
That means you can have a little chat, and any of those niggles about the neighbours you can air without me snooping in, and then come and meet me outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Should we
good.
have a look?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can really sense Mike's frustration because he absolutely loves the house, but he can't stop thinking about the neighbours. But I'm hoping seeing more of what's on offer will help that.
Also on the ground floor is a second reception room, plus a utility room and a conservatory looking out onto those splendid views. The charm downstairs is mirrored upstairs, where there's a family bathroom and 3 double bedrooms, the largest benefiting from a walk-in wardrobe.
Oh, wow, that's a big size, isn't it?
Beautiful. Love it. Yeah, ensuite in there as well.
No, it looks quite big, doesn't it? Yeah, I could definitely wake up here every day with that view. Holy moly.
You can never get bored of that view, could you?
That is incredible.
Outside, the west-facing garden sits to the side and rear of the property, and along with an outlook over the Tamar Valley, there's an orchard and outbuildings, including a shed and wood store. With the land beyond the garden, there are over 8 acres to play with here. That view, the orchard, this gorgeous garden, beautiful house, near perfection, honestly.
Having you up in an orchard is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Will you try and make cider?
Absolutely.
Did you enjoy the orchard on your walk over?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
But this is what you've been waiting for.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's probably one of the
Very
best
nice.
views, isn't it? For
Yeah.
where you could put a hut.
Yeah, definitely.
I think your guests would love it, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you'd struggle getting, filling up the shepherd huts and things. Definitely not. This is an amazing view, amazing location, amazing setting.
Will the price help you?
You go first, because I'm really struggling.
I'm going to go 900.
£900,000.
I'm going to go £875,000.
Lizzie is closer.
Okay.
They want offers in excess of £800,000.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a really good price, I think.
It's only been on the market a week.
Okay.
So I know you've got a lot to think about, but I don't know if you've got a lot of time to think about it, just with the way the market is moving at the moment, especially in the West Country. Go and explore a little bit more now that you've seen all the land that there is to offer. And then I'll meet you out the front.
The guide price of this fabulous farmhouse and its land is £150,000 below Lizzie and Mike's top budget, meaning they could buy it and still have money left over to build their business. The home comes with character, space and views, located in a beautiful rural setting within reach of the commute to London.
Coming around that corner, the view is just insane. Not much topping that, I don't think. The actual house itself was stunning from the outside, and then obviously coming inside, it's quite a bit of a TARDIS. So, and the way it's been done out is really nice.
Seeing Cornwall from the house is just amazing. So yeah, love the house. I love an old farmhouse. It's quite symmetrical from the front, which I like. And it was just a really, really nice house.
It's a bit of a curveball because we're going to have to really think about whether we could deal with the neighbours or not, because everything else seems to tick all the boxes.
I think I've given Lizzie and Mike a bit of a dilemma because the property is so gorgeous. I know you're feeling torn. Are you feeling torn?
We are.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But we have the mystery house to come. And then you can do all your worrying.
Excited.
This time we're off to the hamlet of Whipcott, near Devon's border with Somerset. Residents can make use of amenities in the nearby village of Holcombe Rogus, which is laden with attractive architecture. But Mike and Lizzie might be more interested in the 19th century pub and the lovely local walks.
So before we head to our mystery offering, I thought we'd take a brief breather. Do you both know where we are?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I think so. Yeah, we're sort of north of the Blackdown Hills, I think.
That's right.
We love Blackdown Hills,
Yeah,
and it's a much better commute to London as well.
Yeah.
What are you both looking forward to the most when you make the move?
I think just being within nature and having the access to the walks and the hills and peace and quiet as well, definitely.
And this is great.
I mean,
when you have
yeah,
a dog.
I mean, look at that. It's stunning.
The Mystery House, honestly, is just up the road. I'm going to go ahead to the Mystery House, though, just to check that everything's in order. Why don't you have a little explore of the area and then meet me there?
Right, see you there.
So while Lizzie and Mike take in Holcombe Rogus in all its glory, I'm going up the lane which separates the canal from, well, this empty field. So, welcome to the Mystery House. Yes, you've guessed it. There isn't really a mystery house. and that's the mystery. They did say they wanted to do a little bit of work. But just in case this is too much of a shocker for them, I do have a plan A, plan B up my sleeve, and this will have to be relegated, I think, to plan C. Follow me. I may be in the middle of a field, but I do spy signs of life.
Now, just over this bank is something that's ready to go. That's what I'm going to reveal to Mike and Lizzie first.
And plan A is all about the business.
I'm glad you found me. Welcome to your mystery offering. And you notice I'm not saying mystery house.
Yeah.
I'm extremely intrigued.
We are.
What do you think's going on?
I think I've got an idea.
Okay.
It's the holiday park.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
Because so far I've given you ready-to-go houses, haven't
Yeah.
I? You move straight in, you concentrate on developing the business. How about I give you a ready-to-go business?
I'm up for that.
Are you?
Yeah.
This is a set of 7 holiday lets that is a very successful business already. You can make £250,000 a year with it. It's a business for 48 weeks of the year.
Wow.
And actually, the one downside of that is that I can't even let you into any of them today because they're all
Okay.
full.
Oh, wow.
right. I mean, we'd be up for it, but is there actually a house?
Well, one option is for you to live in one of these 7 cottages.
I don't know what to say. I'm quite
Well, it's just
shocked, really.
flipping.
Yeah.
It's flipping what we've done
Yeah.
for the past 2 houses, where you would have to work on the business. This way, you'd work on your home.
Yeah.
The home, yeah.
So
I'm quite excited.
And I always said the business was the most important part, not the house. I'd love to see more.
well, you know I've got more up my sleeve. You know.
Now, I did say there was a plan A, B and C, and it's not all about the holiday lets. Here's plan B.
So there's a few parts to this mystery scenario. This bit of land, which is 3/4 of an acre, there or thereabouts, and it has planning permission on it to build a 4-bedroom house.
Oh, wow.
And we've always wanted to build a house from scratch.
It's an exciting prospect.
Go and have a wander down the lane to have a look at the holiday lets from the outside at least, and then come and find me because the mystery isn't over. Sounds good?
Interesting.
They're definitely engaged with plan A and plan B. It's great that they have lots of options here.
I'm actually really excited about this.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting to see.
The vendor has built the business up over the past 20 years and employs 6 members of staff.
They're nice, aren't they?
They're all a really good size, definitely.
There's 1 3-bed and 5 2-bed cottages, all sleeping between 4 and 6 guests. And after taking all of that in, there's just plan C left to reveal.
How about some land?
Some nice land as well.
Yeah.
What a view.
Well, this land could be yours.
Okay.
So you've got 15 acres here available to buy, if you would want to.
That's
We definitely would.
definitely would. Yeah, we'd go for the whole lot, I think.
Well, depending on what it costs.
Shall we start with the holiday lets?
Maybe around the £700,000 mark.
750.
It's on the market for £795,000.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're not far off actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the 3/4 of an acre of land with planning permission on it?
So I'd have thought that'd be over £200,000.
I'm gonna go 150.
£250,000
Okay.
they're asking for that. But you don't have to do them together. But actually, you're very interested in this, the 15
Because you could see
acres.
huts here, couldn't we?
I reckon £100,000.
I think £125,000.
You're a bit closer, actually. All of it you could get for about £90,000.
Yeah.
I think the key with this mystery offering is that you can buy all 3, none of them, a combination. I mean, you could just buy this land, couldn't you?
Yeah.
That's an option, yeah.
Buy a house somewhere else.
And buy just a house somewhere nearby. I think have a little wander around this land. Go and have a long old chat.
Yeah.
Will do.
Yeah.
Well, our mystery package covers just about every option Lizzie and Mike could have imagined. A well-established business, a chance to build a home from scratch, and acres of land for their shepherd's huts. Or the best combination that suits. All in a beautiful rural pocket.
Yeah, the holiday lets were a surprise, weren't they?
Especially just the fact that it's already made, you haven't got to put very much effort in to get them going. That was, yeah, it's really, really interesting. Yeah, I like them.
I think if you're going to go for them, you'd want all three rather than one or two. I mean, the fact that it is an established business there and it's pulling in money, that could change what we can afford. It's a lot to think about.
I'm just hoping I haven't given them too many options. Did the mystery house... No house. Did it do the job though? Did it surprise you?
It definitely surprised us. And it's given us lots to talk about and think about.
Yeah.
Well, the good news for you both is that that's it for today. You get to sleep on this decision and then let me know tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's good.
A lot to think about.
We've certainly crammed in a lot over the past couple of days, giving Lizzie and Mike much to ponder. But before we find out what their next steps will be, I've got one more thing I want to show them. Now, I know you're both thinking shepherd's huts, but if you could find the space for one of these, look what I've just come across. I had to show you this.
No way.
We know Mike is a skillful joiner and he might like to upgrade his ambitions from a garden pub to something like this. A multi-storey larch treehouse perched in the crook of a 250-year-old oak tree. Honestly, whatever you're planning, imagine having something like this. It would attract big kids like me.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Unreal.
And just check out the view out here.
So peaceful up here, isn't it?
Yeah, just next level stuff. It's incredible.
Overlooking the River Tor, this fabulous two-bed retreat sits within the grounds of a country hotel and is priced from £200 to £350 per night, depending on the season. Although tourism is very important to Devon's economy, so too is agriculture and food production. Farmer Kate Monk is on a mission to help us eat healthily while stocking up on our 5 a day. She uses an innovative and pesticide-free method to grow a variety of lettuce on her family farm. Hello, Kate.
Hi, Sonali.
Tell me about the setup you've got here.
It's just really high quality lettuce. We grow in hydroponics rather than in soil, which means we get a much better quality and a much more reliable crop, and it doesn't matter what the English weather does.
So hydroponics, my A-level biology will tell me mostly water?
100% water, no soil. The plants take exactly what they need from the water and they'll pick them when they're at their prime.
Getting rid of soil, is this like a commonly known technique in your world? Because
No.
that sounds quite revolutionary to me.
It's becoming more known as time progresses. All of our studies over the years have come from America and from Holland. It's kind of the main way they grow over there. But for this country, I think it's definitely the future because our weather is just so irregular these days and soil takes a battering and all the soil erosion as well, and we don't have to worry about any of that.
How much water do you use in it?
We use 80% less than it would take to water a normal garden.
Oh, really?
The tank of water just constantly cycling, we top it up occasionally.
What are your plans as a business in terms of growing it?
So we're hoping to be able to expand across the country to help other people learn how to grow this way and be growing it this way as well.
Kate's crops are sold to local customers, restaurants, cafes and pubs and are grown in her 2 polytunnels.
They take about 4 weeks to go from that to this.
So what have we got here? Cos?
Cos is a generic name, so we've got about 4 different types of cos. So you can grab a leaf of that one. There's a different one here. Yeah.
Oh, I can just...
Yes,
is
grab
there a particular way to...
If you go from, sort of pull it down from the edge, that's it. And then you can just eat it. It's not sprayed with anything, so
no, I mean, it
fully
looks
clean.
Cleaner than when I've washed my leaf.
Yeah. So those are our sweeter, crunchier.
Very sweet and quite firm.
Yeah.
They're not sort of a limp.
No, we don't do limp lettuce.
And what other varieties have you got then?
So we've got 2 types of butterhead. It's not something we normally grow, but we thought we'd give it a go this year. So this is Brian. We like Brian. He grows really big. They're lovely and sweet again.
Buttery. When can I get my hands on something like this, do you think? Is this the future for everyone around the country?
Yeah, I'd really like to see this rolled out across the country in time. I'm hoping by next year we'll have a bit more free time to roll this out on a bigger scale.
Well, we've certainly seen a lot of Devon and 3 very different property offerings. Time to find out if Mike and Lizzie have been able to make a decision. You're smiling, which is a good sign. Did you get any sleep after our mammoth exploration of Devon?
We were up quite late discussing it, weren't we?
Yeah.
But we've come to a decision.
And what is that decision?
We found all the properties really, really interesting, and they've definitely helped our search. We don't feel that they're right for us at the moment, but it's definitely given us a lot to think about in terms of how we maybe change our search slightly now. So, for example, we love the area of the 3rd property. That really helped with the location, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And then the second one helped with the character property side of things.
The house itself was incredible, and it made us realise that we do want, I think, a bit of a nicer house with character features. The other thing as well that it made us realise that with the 3rd property was just options. We've potentially got the chance to get something that's already established as a business.
So really, in many ways, you've been able to narrow down your search, but also widen your search at the same time.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think just overall, like spending the last few days driving around Devon, it's really cemented the fact that Devon is the place we definitely want to be.
Yeah.
So what happens next? You put different things in the search engine?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. We were very broad before, and hopefully that will help us find the right place.
Could you call me as soon as you know what you're doing?
Yeah, no, absolutely. As soon as we've got the shepherd huts going, you have to come and stay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Definitely.
Awesome.
I'm just so pleased that our epic journey around Devon has proved useful for Lizzie and Mike. It's helped them realise just how important the actual house is, as well as nail down its style and location. We've also been able to open their eyes to the different business opportunities in the area. I wish them the very best of luck in their search for a new life here in Devon, and can't wait to find out where they end up. See you next time on Escape to the Country.
Lizzie and Mike were true to their word and continued their search around the Blackdown Hills area. They've had an offer accepted on a character property with land and outbuildings, and we hope their exciting new venture is all they wanted it to be. If you'd like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales or England and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.